I used to drive for Lyft and Uber, and I picked these folks up from the Canton Ice House in northern Georgia. You had Paul, a skinnier white guy, and you had his wife Mary, white woman. And I saw that they were smoking cigarettes. I'm like, y'all, just come on, bring the cigarettes in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I smoke Newports too. So we're riding, and we passed by this church that has a cemetery connected to it. And Mary's like, hey, Will, you see that cemetery? I say, yeah. She says, don't ever go there at night because Paul and I have done some EVP sessions there and we got responses. It's haunted. I'm like, oh, word. My intuition starts talking to me. Get these fucking fuckers the fuck out your fucking car. End quote. Now keep in mind, y'all, in this story, I have to pee. Not now, but in this situation, I had to pee. But they didn't know that. So I'm driving further along. Paul volunteers he's part Apache, French, and Irish white. Mary volunteers that she's Cherokee and English white. I'm like, me too. You know what I'm saying? Cooper is English, and then there's Cherokee on my grandparents' side. They're even from North Carolina. So Paul then volunteers randomly. He says, don't, when you come to a one-lane road, don't go to the end of that road because at the end of that is the southwest end of Pickens County where there are Satanists and they sacrifice babies, children, women, and even men. He put emphasis on the even men. Get these fucking fuckers the fuck out your fucking car. End quote. Still didn't listen. I get them to the house. Paul's like, look, I just got to grab a lighter from my aunt's truck. And then could you take us down to our house where there's also no electricity? As you see, there's no lights on this road, so on and so forth. So I'm like, all right. He gets the lighter, comes back. He says it was about 70 yards down. It was about 120, but you know. So I get them there. They get out. And I'm like, yo, Paul, what's at the end of this road? So that way I can, like, you know, turn around and come back. Excuse me. He says, you don't want to do that. That road leads to the southwest end of Pickens County where those Satanists are that I told you about. Dawns on me. I'm on a one-lane road big enough for a car to go in one direction, either way. I was like, yo, Paul, help me to, you know, reverse right here so I can pull away, or I'm just going to go in reverse all the way. And he was like, how about this? Let me back in your car, and I'll show you a way around down there so you don't get lost or caught up by the Satanists. And he just dropped me off on the way back. I look at Mary, she's damn near my passenger side, like, you know, with this I know some shit you don't look on her face. And I look at Paul, he has the same exact look. Nah, kid, just help me back up right here. He was like, well, don't you have to pee? Get out the car. You're a man. You can piss anywhere. How the fuck do you know I need to piss, Paul? I'm like, nah, dude, just help me back up right here or I'm just gonna run y'all over like on some real shit. He was like, you ain't gotta do that. He helped me back into this little nook and I sped away. There are no street lights, y'all. And I'm not about to just, even if I drove that 120 yards, it made no fucking difference. Back to Auntie house, it made no difference. There was still no street lights. So I'm, speed limit like 30, I'm averaging 70. Only time I slow down was for turns. I couldn't take at those speeds. I finally come across this one street lamp and I was like, oh, thank you, God. So I get out the car, park underneath the street light now, put the hazards on, got out. And there was this growl that was so close and the growl, the reverberations were so intense, it vibrated my left thigh. So all I did was cock back and look because it was like right there. And it didn't sound like a human trying to imitate it, but it also didn't sound like no dog. I don't know what the fuck it could have been. The mountains are nearby. It could have been a bobcat. I don't fucking know. I was just in fight mode, but there was nothing there. So I've been dealing with paranormal shit, you know, since 4. So I started talking to it. It was like, yo, if you watching me piss is your prerogative, motherfucker, just watch on. So I grabbed my shit. Now, mind you, I have one foot still in the car in case something did come, you know, and I have my left foot planted on the ground and I'm going to piss on the ground and the seatbelt, the buckle and the plastic and metal part started slamming on the inside right where it would normally just sit, naturally. I was like, oh, okay, bro, you got it. Got back in the car, hauling ass. My car screaming at me, boom, put on your seatbelt, boom, put on your seatbelt, boom, fuck you, bitch, I gotta go. So then I see this church, and the parking lot is well lit. I figure Satanist over there, guy right here in church, nigga. We on neutral ground, motherfucker. So I get out the car, I pull in the parking lot, skirt, get out, taking a piss. My intuition, look over your left shoulder. Nigga, I look. If I'll be goddamn, it's the same cemetery and church that Shorty had mentioned. So I'm like, fuck. So I look at the tombstones looking for lights, orbs, fucking shadows, mist, anything. So I was like, look, as I'm sure y'all remember when y'all were alive, when you gotta go, you gotta go. As soon as I said that, here comes a mist about the height of an erect cat's tail you can't see from over here. And it comes from the cemetery, and it's just picking up speed, goes straight into my left thigh. So I didn't think anything of it. Got in the car, started driving. This is my left. From here on down to about here was burning. Like somebody had, I guess you could say, put rubbing alcohol on and set it on fire. And it would not go away. And this palm was just like sweating. But this is bone dry, like right now, it needs some moisturizer. But this was bone dry. This one was sweating. The same side that was burning. I just prayed to God. I was like, God, if these feelings are not of you and you don't want me to have them, take them from me now. Less than 30 seconds, it was gone. True story.